Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Sonic, WWE 318, back again for another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your Backlash 2023 review. Yep, the big party of Puerto Rico down there at the good old islands of Puerto Rico has come and gone. And now we are here to finally touch upon this review that actually happened during those partyful events, I suppose. So, with this said, we're not going to wait. We're going to get the show, actually this party, right, mind you, started with my review of the show. So with this said, we kick things obviously off with none other than Bianca Belair taking on Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship. My prediction for this match was for Belair to win, but could have seen Sky win it for a variety of reasons. Which Belair did in fact win this match, so that makes my prediction score starting out with a score of 1-0. And my thoughts on this match was, what an excellent women's match to open us off on. Would say that both women in this match brought their A game to this match, but it's truly here that this match gave Io Sky her flowers and then some. And she truly had just about everything up her sleeve to truly overcome just about anything Belair had to throw at her, and surprisingly was the one to dominate this match for the most part, while Belair had her few licks on her here and there anyways as well. Not to mention how the faithful in San Juan was just overall just seemed to be on fire towards both these women in this match as they made their way down to the ring and truly were behind Sky, possibly getting the win here over Belair. But still enjoy the outcome nonetheless, I'm sure of it. Once again, though, a swell match to open up the card off on, and truly hope this brings Sky to a new level and places on the roster, seeing as what she brought here to us all to truly enjoy once again overall for this match. Obviously enough. So we move on from this. We had none other than Seth Rollins taking on Omas. My prediction for this match was for Omas to win this match, since it makes most sense for him to get the win here via the messiness of the draft, to move on to facing Roman at Night Champions, while Seth goes on to possibly winning the World Heavyweight Championship at that event, obviously enough. Which, surprisingly enough, Omas lost this match because Seth Rollins pulled the surprise and actually won the event, obviously enough, against Omas, which makes my score a tie of 1-1. And my thoughts on this match was, once again, after a turn of events and an entertaining match at that, Rollins seemed to surprise my prediction and got the win here against Omas. Match itself again was quite entertaining to watch and nothing but good stuff as a Rollins match usually entails, to be honest. Truly had about 2 false finishes where I thought it could have ended on both sides of this match, but just truly had a bit more gas in his gas can, obviously enough, until it reached its end with the curve stop for the top by Rollins. Another good match though on a pretty swell show so far. Notice how I say so far in this context, obviously, guys. But we'll get on to that. Anyways, moving on from this match, we had the Triple Threat United States Championship match, which was between Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, and champion Austin Theory. With my prediction for this match being Austin Theory to retain this match, but could have honestly seen Lashley or Reed take it though. But obviously enough, Austin Theory did in fact retain the match, obviously enough, and won and retain his championship. That's kind of weird me saying that. He retained the match, but he won the title. Totally, guys. That's totally what I was supposed to say. But who's, guys, what's this point being said? Austin Theory once again won this match and retained his championship. So that makes my prediction score once again on top with wins with a 2-1 score so far. And my thoughts of this match was, well, let me rephrase this. Third time, let me rephrase this again, once again. Match, while fast-paced, to me, just didn't seem to leave much of an impression, to be honest. As this, for sure, seemed to be the weakest link on this card so far. Don't get me wrong, though. Each man did in fact bring the fight here, but it just wasn't anything to really wow us all, in all honesty. As a predictable, sneaky end of things for Theory to retain the title, and in fact did happen as predicted before in my prediction video, obviously before. And obviously enough, overall though, this match not too special, but adequate enough. Obviously enough to close my thoughts out on this match simply enough. So, moving on from this, we had Rhea Ripley taking on Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship. My prediction for this match was for Rhea Ripley to win this match, as it's too early for her to lose it, in my honest opinion, obviously, and pretty much God knows how many other people, obviously, enough. But despite what's ahead of us, moving on for what the draft has given us all, with all the messiness that the draft is going to entail with us for, who goes where, who belongs where, and, when it comes to the championships, yeah, once again, it's going to be rather messy. But we're just going to see what the hell happens in the future with the future in toes when it comes to all this stuff. So with that said, disregarding once again with the draft being messy once again, Ripley was her prediction, but my prediction actually obviously was correct, as Ripley did in fact win this match, obviously enough to retain her championship here against the hometown talent of Zelina Vega. And my prediction score out of this match became a 3-1. And my thoughts on this match was, while far from it being anything terrible or bad, this match just seemed to fell very cut short and truly didn't live up to expectations I'm sure most if not all of us thought this match could have been. Just seemed as if it was just getting off the ground when it just suddenly had to come to a screeching halt and into a close with the randomly kick from Rhea Ripley to lead to her rip-tying Vega to call this match an official close. Truly should have been more for this match, with the background surrounding it, with Zelina returning home to attempt to claim a win of sorts here in her town once again, only for it to go in without a whisper. Not bad, but should have been way more than what we got, obviously enough. So instead, moving on from this, we've gone from one home talent to another, which we had upcoming next. We had Bad Bunny taking on Damien Priest in the San Juan Street Fight. Funny enough, actually, I didn't really notice that to literally just now on the card, literally noticing that these matches went back to back. Haha. Anywho's, all jokes aside and poking fun aside, my prediction for this match was for Bad Bunny to win this match, which he in fact did win this match. So that makes my prediction score a 4-1 score so far on the show. And my thoughts on this match was, while not the groundbreaking match most may feel this match might have been, this match did in fact bring some moments of hype and spectacle to it, as it did in fact bring me on my figurative end of my seat with some of the false finishes we had in this match. Also, the mid-match run-ins to me seemed a bit too much and kind of took us out of the match, to be honest. I mean, you really needed all those guys out there to square off against Dom and Finn? Seriously? Yeah, I know it's a all for show to obviously give some of the Puerto Rico faithful some love and time to shine and all, but I personally and overall felt as if this should have been something post-match, to be honest. But hey, at least we hopefully got Carlito to legitimately be back into business compared to whatever the hell happened to him last time. But even that's to be seen, to be honest, obviously enough. Overall, though, a great match for sure, but not the out of this world kind of match. A lot of others probably felt this was to their own perspectives, because obviously, once again, that was not me. Obviously, I saw this match as just an okay match, good fun match, but nothing groundbreaking. Once again, so with that said, moving on from this, we had Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle taking on the Bloodline, which included the Usos and Solo Sikoa. My prediction for this match was for Zayn, Owens, and Riddle to win this match, to have a clean-cut way of getting the faces to win in this match, while ensuing the push of narrative of the Bloodline slowly starting to crumble in the hands of the Usos, being exiled out of the group to see how it all plays out from there, obviously enough. But surprisingly enough, the Bloodline did come around and in fact won this match, so I in fact lost my prediction, which makes my score none other than 4-2. And my thoughts on this match was, match to me started out pretty uneventful and was uninvested in it until around when KO got into the ring and started to do some stuff to truly ring me into this match, which for a while had me going in on this match being enjoyable and full of stakes, as we also started to see hints of the possible implosion of the Bloodline here, and how Solo and one of the Usos treated the other, tagging the other in, and how Solo himself eyed him up and very closely at one near point gave him the Samoan spike, only for Riddle, who did little to nothing in this match, to come on in and of course take the L for this match to end off on a sloppy and dissatisfying note. Truly to me felt more of a beefed up SmackDown main event of sorts than a pay-per-view quality match, but how it was put on in the end, and was just very disappointed in its overall turnout, to say the least, guys. So, yeah, not nothing too bad or awful or anything like that, but just very disappointed, to say the least. Once again, guys. Moving on from this, we move on to the main event, which was Cody Rhodes taking on Brock Lesnar. My picks for this match was for Rhodes to win this match, though I wouldn't mind seeing Lesnar win if it means and helps the narrative of Rhodes having some adversity fought on his way to once again facing and being the one to end his story against Reigns in the supposed future. Obviously enough. Which, obviously enough, did in fact came true as Cody Rhodes won this match, so that makes my prediction score a 5-2. And my thoughts on this match was, this match fell off in so many ways. Firstly, how are you going to go and have a match end off on a pin of that magnitude, on Lesnar no less, mind you? Second, that blood job by Lesnar was so obvious, no matter if it was a thick, and I mean thick as F, blood capsule to sew that head-on rush to the exposed turnbuckle, or was a blade job of his that just ended up going too deep and he just naturally bleeds like a stuffed pig, obviously enough. And third and not least though, guys, how are you going to have the match be as finished this quick and leaving us off on with no sense of accomplishment or resolution for Cody to clearly get a much hard-fought win over Lesnar, when there was little fight here to begin with? What? A few suplexes by Lesnar's offense here and there, and a few moves here and there, obviously by Rhodes, cast as a war to get Cody back on track to possibly, go against Roman in the near future? As if. Totally a buzzkill of a main event to end off the show on a whimper, for sure, to say the least. But I must add that obviously reading off these notes so far, I kind of, WWE has kind of turned the other cheek as the regards of this ending of this match, because obviously we are obviously going to see Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar duke it out once again at Night of Champions. So hopefully that deserves some sort of payback for what we got here, to hopefully do and actually do better this time around when it comes to going towards Night of Champions once again, overall, compared to what they did here, guys. But that is to be seen when we get there, obviously enough. So, yeah. But, once again, guys, my total score of the show to wrap this thing off on, which was none other than 5 wins and 2 loses. So, with this said and done, ladies and gentlemen, you might ask yourself, Sonic WWE 318, what are your overall thoughts on the show? So, and with that, I must say, and I quote, to me, when the show was good, it was just that and then some. But when it fell hard. Not to say the show overall was a dumpster fire, far from it, in fact. But it's clear as day that the first half of the show was most certainly the livelihood of the show, and where the positive vibes came before it all came to a stumbling end with the second half of it all. But I'm sure we'd all rather would have that than an outright disaster of a show after all. Needless to say, though, the Puerto Rico faithful brought their love and support for the show, and they came out as the true winners of the night overall, as I'm sure we'll see plenty of shows head their direction in the near future as they brought the fires of hype once again with them to the show, similar to how the UK faithful themselves brought it last with Clash at the Castle, mind you, I've got to freaking botch my words here, with obviously enough of the UK, once again, bringing their love and hype to Clash of the Castle once again, a while back, whenever that event took place, a while back, obviously enough. So, again, though, now not an outright down of a show, but just not as great of one from my, in my honest opinion, and from my perspective overall, guys. So, this, obviously enough, with this being said, has concluded my Backlash 2023 review. I hope you guys enjoy what I gave you here, and obviously enough, as I just said before, Night Champions is closely right on to us, because obviously enough, this is another one of those back-to-back months, pay-per-view months, mind you, so we'll be right on back here on the channel relatively soon to touch upon Night Champions 2023 coming up right before you even know it. So, with this said, I'm going to close this video off with a bang in a brief stated fashion of saying, once again, I hope you all enjoyed this video for what it was worth. And I shall see you guys once again next time for my Night of Champions 2023 review. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sunday 318. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys!